UFC Vegas 117. I got a pick and a prediction for every single fight on the card in less than 2 minutes. This is the quick picks video. How we doing, everybody? All right, my name's Young Pasty, aka look at this white skin, very, very white. That is why they call me Young Pasty. And I am here today to give you a pick and a prediction for every single fight on the card in less than 2 minutes. Okay, no fluff. No BS. You get my pick. You get my prediction. Once the 2-minute timer hits, ding, 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 we stop and we move on to the next fight. Now, as we always do, we got to recap last week, UFC 328, pulling the results up here right now. And we had a dang good week here, guys. 10-3 on the picks. And still, Joshua Van, yeah, everybody downing him. Oh, he can't take it on a grappler. Oh, Tatsuro Taira is so dominant on the ground. One round of that. Not even the whole round, to be honest with you. Okay? I don't pick against Joshua Van. I don't bet against Joshua Van. It ain't going to happen for another probably 10, 15 years. All right? Shout out to Sean Strickland. Winning the championship, winning the belt back. I didn't think he was going to be able to take down Hamza. I thought the takedowns were going to be too much, and look at that. Stuffed, striking match. He won the fight. Volkov beats Waldo. I thought that was way closer than what the judges actually said it was. Sean Brady beating Buckley. Yeah, and check out the bets video. We had Brady in bet number 1. Even after the lines flipped, he was a 2-1 favorite, then almost a 2-1 underdog. We don't get emotional. We don't change the bet, okay? Locked in and cash for us. Bobby Green submitting Jeremy Stevens is crazy. Atiba Gautier with a expected pretty early KO. Shout out to him for getting that done under 1.5. Thank you, Atiba. Yaroslav Amosov beating Joel Alvarez in impressive fashion. Man, I think Amosov is going to be a future UFC champ. I'm just going to say it right now. I think he's going to be a future UFC champ. Mark my words. Grant Dawson finishing Rebecca in the 3rd round. Killer. Looked nice. Jim Miller with the 1st round Gilly submission over Jared Gordon, which screwed bet number 3, by the way. Thanks, Jim Miller. But completely unexpected. Something I said that wasn't going to happen and ended up happening. So, wow. Shout out to you, Jim Miller. Roman Kopylov taking down Marco Tulio. I was this close to pick flipping. I was this close. A shoulda, woulda, coulda. I didn't do it. But I was close to doing it. Sabatini beating William Gomez. I mean, I told you, Sabatini and Brady were both going to just grapple and wrestle, and that's all. That's all they do. Bai Sanger Susakarev, round 3 submission over Jordan Santos, and then Jose Ochoa beating Clayton Carpenter. It was a fun, entertaining card. I loved watching that Joshua Van fight. I need to go back and rewatch it so I can just scream and have a good time again. That's one of my favorite fighters, guys, Joshua Van. So I'm excited for him to get that rematch with Pantoja and show everybody that he can do the same thing that he did to Taira to Pantoja. So 10-3 on the picks last week, pretty good. Also, if you guys are like, where were the picks, Young Pasty? You didn't put out a quick picks video. I didn't, okay? But I always put out my picks in a YouTube post. They're always there, okay? They're also tracked by that UFC tracker guy, so you can always look there too. But if I don't post a video for the quick picks, I will always put my picks in a post on the YouTube, okay? So you can check it out there. Now, let's move on from UFC 328. It was an awesome week. But now we got to focus on this week here. UFC Vegas 117. Arnold Allen taking on Melquizio Costa. We got a pretty solid main card. And then a bunch of crappy fights. On the prelims and early prelims. So let's get into this, guys, okay? Quick picks video. Just a recap of what we do around here. A pick and a prediction every single fight in less than 2 minutes. Once that 2-minute timer ends, ding, 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 we move on to the next fight. So let's start it off with our main event. Arnold Allen taking on Melquizio Costa. Melky Costa. Odds on the fight, we got Allen as the favorite at -166. Melky Costa at +140. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. My pick for this fight. I am taking Arnold. I'm just kidding. Hell no. I'm taking Melquizio Costa. Okay? I like Melky Costa in this spot. He's been surging here, guys. And all due respect to Arnold Allen, okay? He's a badass. He went a hard, 3 rounds with John Silva. Didn't get knocked out. Okay, I respect Arnold Allen for what he's done in the octagon. I just think Costa has a speed advantage. I think Costa has a volume advantage, and that's what's going to win him the fight here. Okay, he also has some serious power, too. I mean, knocking out Dan Ige for the first time in his career. Morgan Charrier beforehand. And I believe in the cardio of Melky Costa, too. We haven't seen him in the championship rounds, so we don't know how it's going to look. But he got put in this position for a reason, and I think he shows up in a big way. I don't think we see a KO. Arnold Allen is very durable. If he's going 3 rounds with John Silva and eating his hardest shots, I think he's doing the same thing with Melky Costa. Now, I don't know if he's got some steel plates in his legs, but Melky Costa has a nasty head kick. And if Arnold Allen gets hit with one of those, I don't know, right? Arnold Allen could find success with wrestling and grappling. I think that could help him out massively in the fight if he's able to secure a takedown and win some minutes on the ground. Question is, will he use it or not? I don't know. Allen is a badass, okay? He can throw and hang with the best. Boxing's pretty good. Has really good counter shots. I just see Costa, again, with the speed advantage, with the volume, making Allen look slow, getting more shots in, stuffing all the takedowns. I think we see Melky Costa continue to rise here. So I'm taking Melquizio Costa. I'm taking him by decision. And that is my official pick for the main event. Let's go. Our co-main event of the evening, we got Doo Ho Choi taking on Daniel Santos. Odds in the fight, we got plus 142 for Choi, minus 170 for Daniel Santos. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. My pick for the fight, going with Daniel Santos. Give me the Korean killer. This is his 3rd Korean he's faced in a row. He's beat the last 2, and I see him winning the 3rd one here. Moved up to featherweight. Can't make bantamweight for some reason, Daniel Santos. And even though he's a little smaller, this dude's a little pit bull or dog in the octagon, man. He will walk you down with immense pressure. His boxing's pretty decent. Leg kicks are super heavy. Sometimes he throws these wild hooks, leaves his face exposed, okay, but man, they hit damn hard if they connect. Mixes in some wrestling too, I like me some Willie Cat. He's a pretty decent, well-rounded fighter. Coming out of Shute Box there now, he's facing an aging Choi. Tail end of his career. This is a little similar, but different to Willie Cat's last fight, right? Get a long Korean striker, but the difference here is Choi has UFC experience. You did not have any UFC experience, right? All that showboating in the octagon, look where it ended him up getting knocked out by Mr. Daniel Santos here. Now, Choi can crack, okay? His striking's pretty crisp, but I will say, in his last 2 fights, he got Nate Landwehr and Bill Algeo. It's easy to look good against those guys, okay? Had a long layoff, fought Cal Nelson, had a draw with him. It was kind of back and forth, but really what kind of threw me off with that fight and some other fights too is, man, he has an issue with grapplers. And even though he's kind of tough to get takedown and hold down on the mat, he's losing minutes defending the takedown, man. I've seen Choi cracked a few times too, wobbled. And I think Willie Cat can ultimately end up finding a KO shot. He's live on the counter shot. I think wrestling feints, leg kicks, and power shots are going to win Willie Cat this fight. So, give me Daniel Santos. Give me him by KO. And that's my official pick for the co-main. Let's go. Moving on to our next fight, we got Malcolm Wellmaker, the return, taking on Juan Diaz. Odds on the fight are lower than what I expected. We got Malcolm Wellmaker at minus 278. Juan Diaz at plus 225. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. My pick for this fight, I'm taking Malcolm Wellmaker. I mean, I gotta give my guy another chance, all right? He's still my boy. Ethan Ewing just proved after beating the crap out of Rafael Esteban, he's the real deal, okay? He is the real effing deal, and I gotta give Malcolm Wellmaker a little bit of slack for taking the L to him, okay? Makes that L look a little bit better after Esteban goes out and beats a pretty solid opponent there in Esteban. Wellmaker gets to come back into the Apex. He gets a Dana White Contender Series alum. And Diaz ain't bad. He really isn't. But he had some issues with the range of Kwan in his Dana White Contender Series fight. Kwan is a brittle little stick. Okay, and Malcolm Wellmaker ain't going to go out like a bitch like that. Okay? So I think Wellmaker really needs to use that reach advantage and, like, you know, teep kicks, jabs, counters, like, just keep him away from you and off of you. And, you know, I know Diaz has tons of heart and decent power and tons of volume. It's going to be a fun fight. I think it's going to be a striker's delight. I think we're going to see both of these guys just, you know, beat the kind of crap out of each other until someone finds that KO shot. Actually, I don't know if there will be a KO shot. I don't know, because Juan Diaz did show some durability, and Wellmaker did too. You know, going a full 3 rounds with Ewing over there and eating some nasty, heavy shots, still going strong near the end of the fight. Like, Wellmaker's a good fighter. I think this is a good, nice little rebound spot for him. I think Juan Diaz got a tough UFC debut, taking on a Malcolm Wellmaker here, who has a few UFC wins in his pocket. So I'll take Malcolm Wellmaker. I'll take him by decision. I think Juan Diaz can last in there with him. I think he can go 3 rounds, but I don't think he's getting the best of Wellmaker. So Wellmaker by decision, that's my official pick. Let's go. All right, moving on to our next fight. I was supposed to be breaking down Modestas Bukauskas versus Rodolfo Bellato, but I literally just looked at the news, and that fight is no longer. Bellato's pulled out for undisclosed reasons. Now, Modestas Bukauskas gets UFC newcomer Christian Edwards. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know who the hell this is. I have not done any research on this guy. And I am not in a spot to give you the pick. But I just wanted to let you guys know and update you that the Modestas Bukauskas and Rodolfo Bellato fight is off. I will need to do a little bit of research on this fight, and I will put my pick in the pinned comment down there once it's finalized. So Modestas Bukauskas and Christian Edwards, that is the new fight. I don't know who I'm going to be picking. Check the pinned comment for the pick. Let's go. Next fight, we have Bernardo Sopaj taking on Timothy Cuamba. We got minus 162 for Sopaj, plus 136 for Cuamba. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. My pick for this fight, I'm going with Bernardo Sopaj. I think the wrestling is going to make a big difference in this fight, even though we see him strike primarily. Timmy has proved me wrong in the past, but man, Sopaj looked damn good versus Turkios in his last fight. I think Timmy's kind of like a little upgraded version of Turkios, okay? Similar type of fighter. Timmy throws out a lot of volume. He has a good jab. He can mix in fence work. So, he's not the same. I'm not saying he's the same exact fighter as Ricky Turkio, but I'm saying he's pretty similar, primarily a striker, right? Sopaj throws big bombs, has decent boxing, good volume, really good ground and pound, in my opinion, when he can get people down. I really think if he utilizes his wrestling, Bernardo Sopaj can win minutes on the ground and really just beat the crap out of Cuamba on the mat. That ground and pound is nasty when Bernardo Sopaj can get people on the mat. And let's not forget that he was winning that fight versus Vinicius Oliveira until he, wasn't. And Vinicius Oliveira is pretty dang good. Okay? Cuamba's durable. I think he can go a full 15 with Sopaj. So I'm going to say Sopaj by decision on this fight. I'm not a big fan of Timmy Cuamba. I'm not very high on him. I don't really think he's that good. Okay, I think Bernardo Sopaj is going to come in here and make him look just the way he is. Not good. So I'm taking Bernardo Sopaj. I'm taking him by decision. That's my official pick for this fight. Let's go. Moving on to the next fight on the main card. We got Khaos Williams taking on Nikolay Veretennikov. Minus 122 for Khaos Williams. Plus 102 for Nikolay. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. My pick for this fight, guys. I'm going with Khaos Williams. If you showed me this fight 4 years ago, I'm picking Khaos without batting an eye. But that was 4 years ago. Now we've seen Khaos take a couple L's, not really look the best. Right? Lost to Andreas Gustafsson. And I know Veretennikov hasn't looked the best either, but he's ass. I can't trust this guy to win a fight. He's hittable. He gives up in fights. He gets pissy after losing the fight and wants to fight after the fight. Like, that's some bitch shit, okay? Khaos has big power. He could fold Veretennikov easy. He could. But, like, I don't know, man. I don't know if he's lost his power or something because he's not getting the best and throwing the best shots and, you know, chinning people like he was, right? So I think what's going to lose Khaos this fight is lack of volume and either getting held on the fence or getting taken down. I need you to throw punches, okay? Apparently, you forgot how to do that in the last few fights. But Khaos, I need you to throw more volume. That's going to win you this fight. Throw, okay? None of them, not all of them need to be the fight-ending blow, right? It seems like a big letdown spot for Khaos. It's like if you look at it on paper, you got to pick Khaos Williams. I'm not picking Nikolay Veretennikov. I can't. So we'll take Khaos Williams. I'll take him by... I'll take him by KO, man. I think maybe after a few bad performances, he goes in there super pissed and mean and super pissed off and mean again and ends up finding a KO shot somewhere. So screw it. We'll take Khaos. We'll take him by KO. That's my official pick. Let's go. Moving on to our next fight, we got... This should have been the main event, guys. Tokkos taking on Ivan Erslan. What a banger. Odds on the fight here. We got plus 154 for Tokkos, minus 185 for Erslan. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. My pick for the fight, I'm picking Ivan Erslan. But seriously, guys, like, this is a garbage fest. What is this? I don't think Tokkos is any good at all. Like, I think he's complete garbage. I don't think he's UFC worthy. Erslan, on the other hand, isn't that much better. But I think he can win the fight. I think he's physically stronger. I think he can fend off takedowns, even secure takedowns of his own. I think his striking's a little bit better than Tokkos. I really don't have too much to say about this garbage fest. If you're laying down big money on this fight, you might have a problem. You might have a fucking problem. But I'm going to take Ivan Erslan. I'm going to take him by decision and move on from this crap. Let's go. Moving on to our next fight, we got Ketlen Vieira taking on Jacqueline Cavalcanti. Odds on the fight, plus 142 for Ketlen Vieira, minus 170 for Cavalcanti. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. My pick for this fight, man, I'm going with Ketlen Vieira. Give me the Brazilian. Give me the veteran. All right? Cavalcanti ain't out here beating the best of competition. Let's look at her wins. Mayra Buena Silva, garbage. Julia Villa, old and garbage. Nora Kernol, split win. Josiane Nunes, Lanky Kong, split win. Guys, let's stop glazing Jacqueline Cavalcanti and thinking that she's some really good, striker and elite out there, because she's not. Okay? She's not. Ketlen Vieira is out here fighting Norma Dumont, Macy Chiasson, Kayla Harrison in her last 3 fights. All 3 of those girls. Fuck up Jacqueline Cavalcanti. I love the Macy Chiasson win, even though there were some weight issues with these ladies here. She really put on in that performance. Macy Chiasson kind of has a similar build and style to Jacqueline Cavalcanti, minus the wrestling, because Jacqueline Cavalcanti is primarily a striker there. But, man, I think Ketlen Vieira is getting overlooked here because she's a little bit older. We got a younger striker who, man, let's face it, she's a little prettier, right? She's a little prettier, so people put that into consideration in the betting odds. I swear, I'm telling you, it's real. I'm telling you. That's why, what's her face? We'll go over it later. Polyana Viana ain't too much of an underdog, but she should be. So I think Ketlen Vieira can outstrike Jacqueline Cavalcanti. I think she has the bigger shots. I think she can move and evade with the boxing. I think she can use a lot of fence work and win there, and maybe even scare a takedown or 2 over Cavalcanti. So I'm taking Ketlen Vieira. Fenomeno. I'm taking her by decision, and that's my official pick for this fight. Let's go. Moving on to our next fight. We got Andre Petroski taking on company man Cody Brundage back in the octagon again. Odds on the fight, minus 218 for Petroski, plus 180 for Brundage. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. My pick for this fight. I can't believe I'm doing this, guys. I'm picking Cody Brundage. I can't believe I'm picking Cody Brundage. But Andre Petroski's been a huge letdown. It looked like crap in his last few fights, okay? And even though Cody Brundage is who Cody Brundage is, he shows up, he fights hard, and he's surprisingly durable, okay? Honestly, this is more of a fade on Petroski than it is a pick on Brundage. I think if he can stuff the takedowns, he'll keep this a striking match where I think he has a clear advantage in the striking. Man, Cody Brundage could even get his own takedown over Andre Petroski. I'm going to call Andre Petroski a takedown or bust here, guys. I am, because if he doesn't get the takedowns over Cody Brundage, Cody Brundage is going to beat him in the striking department. No doubt. Okay? And let's not forget, Andre Petroski, Mr. Knocked Himself Out Petroski versus Jacob Malkoun. Okay? How am I supposed to back somebody who knocked themselves out in a fight? You go for a takedown, you hit their hip, and you just fucking fall? That brought me a lot of pain that night. And let's not act like Petroski's win streak that he had was impressive. It was Josh Frem, Dylan Budka, and Rodolfo Vieira. Okay? So I think Cody Brundage has a striking advantage. I think he'll win the first round. If he can win enough in the second round, maybe ride himself out to a decision, or maybe even knock out Andre Petroski if he can keep it on the feet. So Cody Brundage by decision. That's my official pick for this fight. Let's go. Next fight, we got Alice Ardaline taking on Polyana Viana. Odds on the fight. We got plus 164 for Viana, minus 198 for Alice Ardaline. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. My pick for this fight, I'm picking Alice Ardaline. Polyana Viana's in the UFC to take pictures. Okay? She's in the UFC to take pictures. Ardaline, even though she's not the best, she is aggressive. She throws tons of volume and has some decent cardio. I can't say the same with Polyana Viana. What's her best path to victory? A submission. Is she going to actually take down Alice Ardaline? Probably not. Probably not. Polyana Viana is here to take pictures. Okay, she's here to look pretty in the UFC and get paid for it. Go out and get her show money and then go home. Alice Ardaline is a fighter. Alice Ardaline will put out her all in the octagon. Viana will give up when the going gets rough. So, unless she secures a takedown in top position or maybe locks up a sub, there is absolutely no way Polyana Viana is winning this fight. So, taking Alice Ardaline, shoot, screw it. I'll take her by freaking KO. Third round KO. After beating up Polyana Viana for 3 rounds. Alice Ardaline by KO. That's my official pick. Let's go. Moving on to our next fight, we got Daniel Barez taking on Luis Gurule. Odds on the fight. Minus 105 for Barez. Minus 115 for Gurule. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. My pick for this fight. I am taking Luis Gurule. Barez really has not looked the best in his last few fights. And yeah, you can say the same about Luis Gurule, taking 3 straight L's after being 10-0. But when you look back at his losses, can you really give him too much grief? The Ode Osborne one, okay. Maybe you can give him a little pain for that. But Jesus Aguilar and Alden Correa, those are some pretty solid names in the flyweight division here. Now he gets a beatable opponent in Daniel Barez. And honestly, on the flip side, same thing with Daniel Barez. This guy's been facing some freaking killers. Honestly, way better on the side of Daniel Barez here, like Andre Lima, Victor Altamirano, Chafel Filo. I think those are 3 tougher opponents compared to Alden Correa, Jesus Aguilar, and Ode Osborne. That Alden Correa guy, though, whew. That Alden Correa guy is someone to watch out for. Man, Barez, slow, older, hittable. I mean, he's 37, fighting at flyweight. Oh, man. I think we saw with Brandon Moreno Once you get past a certain age, it's just you lose all that oomph, right? Luis Gurule is 5 years younger than him. He's going to be a lot more faster. I think he's going to have the better cardio. I think he's going to throw out a lot more volume. I think he's going to beat the crap out of Daniel Barez. I just see Luis Gurule stepping on the pressure, foot forward, backing Daniel Barez back. He's on the back foot the whole time, constantly throwing out that jab, maybe mixing the wrestling, get some ground pound in. I've said this before. Luis Gurule is like a little mini Sean Strickland out there with the striking, and it's kind of his movements and style. So I'll take Luis Gurule. I'll take him by decision. And that's my official pick. Let's go. Moving on to the next fight. And guys, it happened again. It happened again. Okay? Tommy Gantt. I don't know how to say his name. He was supposed to be fighting Trey Ogden. And now here we are. We have a switch up in the fight. Now he's taking on Artur Miniev. Some guy they're signing from Fury here. He just fought about 3 months ago. 11-0 or 7-0 out of Ukraine, fighting out of Massachusetts. Oh shoot. Oh god, this guy's gonna get wrecked. I'm already putting my pick in now. My pick's Tommy Gantt. My pick is Tommy Gantt. He's gonna knock this fucker out. He's going to knock this fucker out. I'll give you guys a little more research and a little more back thought to it after I actually look it up. But initial thoughts, Tommy Gantt by KO. I'll put the updated pick down there in the comment. And we'll move on to the next fight. Let's go. Moving on to the first fight of the night. And the last fight of the video, we got Shauna Bannon, Mama B, taking on Nicole Caliari. Odds on the fight here, we got plus 180 for Bannon, minus 218 for Caliari. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. My pick for this fight, I'm going with Shauna Bannon. Give me Mama B. For some reason, I'm always backing Shauna Bannon here, and I think they're giving Caliari a winnable fight in Mama B. To be honest with you, because Caliari has gone up against much better competition than Shauna Bannon has. Ernesta Caracate, Carly Judice, those are two tough opponents. Bruna Brazil, Alice Ardeline, Pooja Tomar, Sam Hughes. You know, you compare the two. Nicole Caliari, I thought, has fought better competition here. Mama B. Mama B. How I think she wins this fight, I think she's going to take it by decision. I think those dumb little side kicks that she has are going to do her a lot of favors. I think her 1-2 is pretty good. She has a little bit of jiu-jitsu experience. I'm sitting here trying to pick Mama B and give you all the reasons, and it just doesn't even sound good. But on the flip side, Caliari, shorter, super hittable, can't secure takedowns. Man, I feel like she's just a hitting bag out there in the octagon, to be honest. So I'm going to take Shauna Bannon. I'm going to take Mama B. I think she does a little dance and skirt around the octagon, plays her little in and out, stay away from you kind of game, avoids the takedowns, and ends up winning a decision. So, yeah, we'll take Mama B, and we'll take her by decision. That's my official pick for this first fight of the night. Let's go. All right, guys. A pick and a prediction for every single fight on the card in less than 2 minutes, as promised. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. If you could, click the subscribe button for me down there. We have just hit 400 subscribers, so I just want to thank you guys. Thank everybody for getting me to my goal. Obviously, the next goal is now 500 subscribers, and I would just like to say I've been holding this back for a while. Once we hit 500 subscribers, I will be live streaming an entire UFC card. So I'm super excited, and I hope that happens soon. So if you could, click that subscribe button for me and get me to 500. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's have a good week this week at UFC Vegas 117. Young Pasty, out. Let's go.